Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We're 11 years old now. It's our first birthday on Vertumna, and, I've realized if there are 10 years in this game and it took me 4 episodes to get through 1 year, this could be a pretty lengthy series. I really better get a move on, so I guess we should just see if anyone has any birthday wishes for us. Dad does. No one else, though. Unless Anemone has something to say. Nope. Hi, Dad. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Yeah, we're at max stress because of the breach that happened. But we're gonna ask for a hug from our dad because we're a daddy's girl and a mama's girl. We love our parents. Oh, we lowered our stress a little bit, but we're still probably gonna want to rest this month. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, Tiger Butter. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. I need a break soon. Yeah, I know. Can we check to see if there's anything new we can do at any of these places? Just to check. It's a new year. There'll probably be new opportunities opening for us soon, but I'm guessing they expect us to need a break this first month, so yeah, it said something about construction crews having to repair after the attack, so the repercussions are still being felt. Yep, all our school, everything's the same, it looks like. So let's just go relax. Relax. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work. Not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. We could get, let's see. We don't have, it's not like we have no blue. I'm gonna talk to the other kids. Approach Mars and Dis. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and... She waves her hands in front of her nose and makes a PU gesture, then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Solana? Being a bully. We can get a card for being a bully. We do need some 4s to get those straights, are they called? Yeah. Do a sniff test or be a bully. Oh god, I feel like being a bully, particularly towards Dis, is what I've been leaning into. But I feel so bad doing it. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're a mean girl. We're gonna be a mean girl for a couple more years at least, until Mars grows up. I feel like Mars is gonna grow out of this mean girl phase eventually, so we will grow out of it too. But for now, we are kids, we are dumb, we are a bully. Yep, we lost friendship with Dis, but gained some with Mars. Mars laughs, and Dis turns even redder and hurries out of the room with his head down. It worked! He's headed for the showers, Mars notes, and you both giggle even harder. Great, love that. I've made a decision. If and when I do a second playthrough of this game, I'm going all in with Dis to make up for this. Because, God, I feel awful about that. Let's continue to forget some of these zeros. Yeah. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attacked your Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of, "Surprise!" A Vertumdan year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendars for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Sparks snow just slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of the bed. Bobber fruit. +1 to a card, change suit to brains. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least, you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. We haven't, pulled a lot of these wild cards, or whatever you want to call them. Oh, they're one use? Okay, so that's something we have to actively use. Okay. We haven't really been given the opportunity in that case. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find. Solana is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. The attack was scary. You knew about the monsters? What proof do we have of that? We're such a goody two-shoes at this point, oh my god. Your dad hugs you close. Aw, don't worry, Tomato Head, he says warmly. We'll keep you safe. Your mom reaches over and pats your leg, awkwardly. I know it's scary, but if you do as you're told during emergency drills, you'll be okay. Nothing is going to hurt you kids while we're around. You'd like to believe them, but you've seen the colony fall, in your dreams. How long will it be until those visions become real? Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rat's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know. Even for kids, if you're interested. You should drop in sometime. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says, grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What, me? Never. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. Alright. It's mid-quiet. Defense training has opened up. But has anything else opened up, I wonder? Mom is usually the one who tells me what stuff is available. What you learned today. Ooh, we can use organizing to get in good with our mom. Okay. Your mom is using this quiet time to plan this year's crop layout. It's important to rotate the crops to ensure something nitrogen replenishment. She doesn't explain it very well. Well, heck, maybe we want to increase our organizing to get in good with mom. When can I start using kudos? When is the store gonna open? I should check out the garrison at first, at least. We don't have anything she would want. I ran up to her by accident. Defense training would help us with combat and animals. Um, hmm, not yet. I kind of want to stock up on money. Because I know the store is going to open soon. Deliver supplies. Organizing perception. Yep. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early, as most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of blep tea. Blep tea? What's that? I love tea. I'm sure I would love to try it. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? But we have holopalms. Why use paper? You thought paper was extinct. Or obsolete, or whatever. The only time you've ever even really used paper was in the creche during craft time. Seek pushes the bridge of their glasses up. Actually, they tell you, we'll be using a lot more paper now that we have access to such rich sources of cellulose fibers. Trees, that is. Governor Udicott is quite sentimental for the feel of ink on paper. I myself have traded in my hollow palm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Paper. Dr. Instance is exasperated. That's the first time we've seen her. The governor's sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself. And there's sensitive information in here of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back quietly away. Next up, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notices carefully with both hands. Paper? What a strange idea. And oh, look, Governor Udicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting she has. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I've finished reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? It seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder? I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is the expeditions office. Tonin meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Solana, could you just put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? What are you using now instead of toilet paper? I guess that's a valid question to ask when paper is obsolete. Do you all have bidets? You better all have bidets, because that's the only explanation I'll accept. The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. We can scramble to pick them all up, or this is pointless. Oh no, sabotaging, no. Scramble to pick them all up. You shove the papers back together haphazardly, embarrassed at your clumsiness. Organizing 20 or greater? Well, we'll have organizing 20 or greater after this, doesn't that count? We can't sneak a peek yet. Refrain from sneaking any peeks. We lost stress. You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem confused they weren't sent via the HoloNet. You're a good girl and a good delivery person. You feel proud and important for delivering all the messages, just like you were told. Alright. That was successful. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suit, social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions can appear and which decks will work best. Try to collect social cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, bravery. Okay. Random card locked in one slot. Okay. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat this one. Well, we put this here. That. We'll make it. We'll make it, just barely. I don't think we could have done any better. Gems matter for other cards. What does that mean? How do we see... I guess because this is yellow, then we can see that it's social. Where do we tell what kind of challenge this is? If it's organizing, that means it's blue, right? Okay, we won. All right, best score, 13 out of 13. Nice. Nice. That was pretty successful, I'd say. Hey, Mom. Can I tell you what I learned today? Tell her what you learned today. Oh, more doing paperwork. You've been learning about different organizational methods in school. Alphabetical, chronological, Dewey Decimal. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of work. Why would you bother to organize anything when you can just ask congruence to find whatever you need? It's just paperwork. And we got +1 to organizing. Do you even know why we call it paperwork? Your mom laughs. It's true, it's not like you're sorting actual paper. Well, we are now. Back on Earth, we used to have to use paper to... Nah, never mind. She slaps you on the back. Good for you for having your head together. Thanks, Mom. I already had that card, but I'm glad to have gotten something from someone and impressed somebody. That's important too. You hate me. I'm not even gonna bother. We can, should we try the defense training? I mean, it's not like, since we're not focusing in on physical traits, it's not like we're gonna be tested on physical traits that often, I don't think. But I feel like defense training is something we should try at least once. So, defense training. You attend your first session of Security Chief Brett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along thinking you're safe within the walls and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points at the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Not me. Huddle with Anemone for strength. Safety in numbers. Nice, we are losing a ton of stress. You try to become invisible so you won't get called on by Chief Rhett. Someone else volunteers, and Rhett flips into the map to demonstrate what happens when you try to grapple with someone bigger. How embarrassing. Glad that wasn't you. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative, Rhett says. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons with a few plasma rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. Okay. One slot card becomes value 2. Okay. Alright. So, in that case, we're probably going to want to put this one of these last. Nice. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna want to do this. Damn. That's good. Yes! Best score. We got 4 to combat, 1 to animals, and a little stress. Okay. We're not horrible here. I like this complexity that they're adding to the challenges. It's early pollen. Is there anything new? Any new animals? We... You step cautiously through the colony gates. Well, hey there, Solana. Uncle Tonin tries to muster his old smile. I'm afraid you better stick to sports ball for now, okay? It's a tough world outside these walls. Okay, we're not tough or brave. I just want to see if there's any new animals. There are not. Alright. I don't think Solana's gonna be one for leaving. She's a homebody. Oh, hey, Dad. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look so sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with the handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay. Oh, even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. I think we're a bit of a coward. I'm scared of the pollen. Oh, that gave me loyalty. Okay. I am at 0 rebellion right now. Your mom sighs. Solana, life on Vertumna is going to be very hard if you let yourself be afraid of everything. Your dad cuts in. It's okay, kiddo. It's just how plants reproduce. The pollen may make your eyes itch, but you'll be fine. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Solana. I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. I'm doing great, actually. I don't know what you're talking about, Dad. I think I'm gonna go to school. Now, let's see. Do I have any collectibles that people might like? Bobber fruit. Who would like bobber fruit? Tang, maybe? If this changes suits to mental. I know I haven't really been looking around at the ground very much. Should I do a sweep? Ah, here's something. A mushwood log. I need to be more vigilant about stuff on the ground. I haven't been looking. That's how you get collectibles. And who would like that? +2 to a card? Okay. I'm gonna guess that Tangent would like bobber fruit, because she's the intellectual one, and this changes suits to mental. The suits of cards. I'm gonna try and give something to Tang. Tang furrows her brow at you as you approach. You again, she says. Why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress upon me your usefulness. At your blank look, Tang rolls her eyes. What I mean is, we're not friends. Do you want a present? Will that change that? I want to be your friend so bad, Tang. Tang shrugs. You should probably just keep it. I don't even know what I'd do with it. When you insist she keep it, she shrugs again. Sure, maybe I'll find a use for it. I feel like I'm gonna be really bad at figuring out who likes what stuff. I know that Anemone likes eggs, but I don't really care too much about Anemone right now. I'm gonna go to school. Should I study engineering to get my reasoning up? Yeah. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. Whoa, Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps, like just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. Tangent augment, what does that mean? Is that augment reduced sleep? What does that mean? They all have an augment? Okay. But we don't know any of them. Do the adults also? No. They just have information about them. Tangent's augment is reduced sleep. Interesting. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Oh, that's what those are. I thought she just had paint all over her at all times. But that wouldn't make sense. She's not a very creative child, I don't think. Okay, so everyone has a unique trait that's been genetically installed in them. Let her sleep. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. One slot will turn cards mental. Okay. +1 for each unplayed card. That might actually kind of be a crappy. Kind of crappy. Okay. Oh. How did that get +3? Oh. It gets +3 from each unplayed card. In that case, could I like... No, that's too high level for me. The individual card gets +1. I see. Okay. Okay. I think this is good. We should probably switch these. Better. That's as good as I can get now, I think. Yes! Best score. +2 engineering, +2 reasoning. Nice. Done. Mid-pollen. Alright. We're speeding through these months a little faster than we were before. I guess the pace speeds up once you're done with the tutorial. Alright. I gotta sweep for stuff on the ground. Gotta make sure to make a habit out of that. I don't see any stuff. Okay. Might as well. How much do we need for you again? Too soon to give another gift. We need 20 reasoning. Okay. And we have 10 currently. So... Hold on, how much biology do I have? Is that enough to get something from Cal? 1 duplicate when drawn? Oh! Oh, that's what hop eyes look like? They're so cute! Cal is scooting an empty wheelbarrow through the gardens. Beep beep, peach ears. I'm a garden bot. Get out of my way. He pulls up beside you and laughs. Hey, Solana, what's happening? Want to hear a fun nature fact? You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hop eyes. Hop eyes have 1 foot, and 2 tail forks, and 3 stomachs, and 4 eyes. Oh my god, are those things in their ears more eyes? Oh, that's so creepy, but also cute. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how do they find out that hot eyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. Nice. Oh, hey Cal. You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else. One of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded? Hey! They exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not her fault, Cal says. She didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec, I want to teach her how to play. Cal turns to you as Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Solana, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. I appreciate that, Cal. I like that kind of game. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes? Nice. Cal's smile looks like it's going to stretch right off his face. How much friendship do we have? Probably 10-ish. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm going to spin you around, and when you let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best as you can, or make things difficult for him? Do your best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. Get it right, with empathy 10. We're finally being empathetic and kind. Okay. After being a mean girl for so long. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now hit the door button on the right, and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slopes downward, and your feet slip a little bit, even though you're moving as slowly as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of the stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you can feel uneasiness prickle up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. I trust him. You slowly creep down the slope to the center of the colony, somehow managing not to bump into anything. Cal cheers. Okay, now turn a little to your right and keep walking straight. We're so close. You carefully pick your way forward, stopping when you hear Mars's unmistakable voice ring across the courtyard. What are you nullheads doing? Cal tells her you're playing a game. Is that a real game? Mars scoffs. It looks like Solana is just wandering around with a scarf over her eyes. Aren't you a little old for this? Oh, I'm not brave enough. Maybe she's right. Embarrassment burns in your belly as you tear off the blindfold. Blinking away tears in the sudden brightness, you can see Mars looking down her nose at you. Mars sneers, tossing her braids over her shoulder. I thought you were cooler, Solana. Let me know when you're ready to play adult games. You're not sure what she meant by that. I got pretty far, but I wasn't brave enough to keep going. I think it makes sense for my character, though, to be having fun with someone else, but then I get peer pressured by my quote-unquote best friend Mars. That seems pretty in character for Solana. You become aware of Cal standing behind you. Sorry, Solana, he says quietly. I guess it is kind of a silly game. You ask if he wants some Watato juice from the cafeteria instead. You spend the afternoon brainstorming ideas for more games with no winners or losers. Aww. That was really nice. I'm sad we couldn't get all the way to the end. Yeah, I noticed, but I'm glad we got to see a lot of that. I noticed just then that bravery is not just about actual danger, it's about social bravery. So that kind of adds to my understanding of this character, that she's not really a mean girl, she's just spineless, and easily swayed. Which is kind of sad, but oh well. Should I increase my organizing? Hold on, I did the thing with my mom. Does it move on to something different now? I need organizing 40. Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. Value is wild. Oh my god. Well, let's keep trying to get our reasoning up. I really like Tang, and the fact that she's like, we're not friends, is making me want to be friends with her so much more. Let's go life sciences this time, though. Today in class, you're studying genetic enhancements. Nearly everyone in the class has one, chosen for them by their parents before they were born. Why did I say that? And it's all thanks to Gene Tech, Hal exclaims. Isn't it amazing? The people of Earth almost never had access to this stuff, and we have all the equipment right here in our little colony. I feel like that should be something you get to choose yourself, honestly. Looking around the class, you see an incredible array of genetic modifications, animal features, enhanced sensory organs, and the like, and there's much more that you can't see. Come on, don't be shy, Hal says, spreading his palms wide. What sorts of things has old Instance been able to do in her lab? Feel free to share if you have one that people can't see. Most kids share their genetic enhancements, if they have them. Temperature doesn't bother me, Cal answers when it's his turn. I'm never too hot or cold. I'm always just right. Someone jokes that Cal doesn't sweat. That explains why he smells like flowers and sunshine all the time. Tang keeps quiet and skips her turn to share. It's okay to have secrets, Tang. Oh, flirting. We're 11 years old and we're already flirting. Great. You're sitting close enough to Tang that it's easy to lean over and tell her she doesn't have to be ashamed. She rolls her eyes. I don't care who knows, she scoffs. I just don't want to make anyone jealous. I sleep half as much as a regular person. It's unbelievable how much of their lives people waste being unconscious. Sad, really. I'm not a huge fan of the kissy face, the luscious lips that are used to indicate that we're flirting as a preteen. But the actual thing we're saying is pretty tame, so I feel comfortable flirting, and I like Tang. So, what do you do with those extra hours? Tang shrugs. Study mostly, and snack. I eat approximately 50% more than someone who sleeps all night. Huh. You're not sure if she noticed you were flirting or not. Yet to work. 5 kudos if total equals goal. Ooh. So if we get it to equal... Do we want to get it to equal 16? I don't even know if we can. So this would be... Hold on. I don't know if we can get it to equal the goal, so I'm not even gonna try. Yes! I like to try getting the best score possible. We have a lot of biology, a little reasoning. Wow, we're really good at biology. That might be our best one so far. Okay. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. It's short for Marzipan? Oh, that's so cute. Look at you, eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day today is. You're right, I don't know. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows, and pigs. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. I know who my best friend will be. Mars bats her eyes jokingly. Oh, really? Who could it be? She asked playfully. I'm going to tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold trials for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Ooh, okay. So I gotta give someone a gift. Everyone has something to say. It's all Valentine's stuff, I guess. Well, sorry, Mars. I'm scouring for gifts, but I think I have one that's decent already. I'm going for Tangent. Sorry. No. No. Leave. Tangent is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her holopalm where you have to match falling numbers into correct equations. She barely notices you come up. We have enough reasoning. Logically, we should be friends. You lay out the reasoning, strength in numbers, deal-making as the foundation for human society, and so on. Tang pauses the game and her eyes focus on you. Best friends? That sounds so childish. But I suppose us smart kids should stick together. And it will make Mars stop asking if I've chosen a best friend yet. She goes back to her game. I accept your proposal. Nice! We're best friends with Tangent now. Yay. Do we have to give her a gift? No, we already gave her a gift. Okay. Are we best friends now? No. Okay. Alright. Let's... Oh. Hey, Mars. What do you have to say to me? Mars is in a huff. Because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. Minus true friendship. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. You chose Tang over me? She doesn't even like people. What are you going to do? Be study buddies? Boring. Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Sorry. Alright. No one else has anything to say. Should I study some more? Should I study some more? Do some work? Do some work to getting good with Mom? Let's do a little more delivery. Mars has asked you to recruit some new members for the Secret Fun Times Club. Who do you approach about this fun, exciting opportunity to make friends and be your own boss? Cal is the only one we have good enough relationship with. We could say my dad, which would be in character for Solana, I think, but let's invite Cal. Cal listens patiently while you explain the rules of the club. He says when you get to the part about the pledge you have to join. I don't know if I want to say, humans are the best, he continues. What if we changed it so it's more ambiguous? Like, humans are really cool. I mean, humans are great, but animals are good too. It'll take some politicking, but you think you can convince Mars. I like how Cal has a bit of a verbal tick where he's not quite as articulate as the rest of them. I've noticed that a few times. He doesn't always know how to say words. Oh, one more thing, Cal says. What about Anemone? She's really cool too. If I'm in the club, she should defo be in the club too. It's hard to argue with that. Looks like you got a 2-for-1. Anemone and Cal are at the next meeting, and very excited to be part of the group. Mars looks excited to have more people to boss around. Anemone can be vice president of kicking stuff, Mars announces. You know, for if we need extra security, or like, if we need to open a door and can't use our hands. Cal will be vice president of transportation, Mars continues. Cal pulls out his hoverboard and grins. That'll be useful if we need to get somewhere fast. Or, if only one of us does, anyway. He can deliver secret messages, too. Mars makes them raise their hands. Do you promise to always be cool kids and do fun stuff together and never tell any adults about the Secret Fun Times Club? Cal and Anemone readily agree. Nice. Alright, 1 slot gets +1. That's unchangeable. So I was thinking of putting that there, but no. I mean, let's put this one here. Yeah. That's not enough. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to do some finagling. Unless I want to use my mushwood log. Hold on. No, that's worse. Oh god, can I not win this? I think I might not be able to win this. Unless I use the mushwood log. Only 5 stress for pushing through, that's not that bad. Let's see, I'm trying to see how I can finagle this, though. See, I hate that this one is right at the end, because that would mess up. Do I want to waste this? I'm not that high on stress. What can we... Huh. There we go. Alright, I used my mushwood log and I won. Okay. Nice. We have a lot of money now. Alright. Okay. We got through 2 seasons. Ended up being a rather long episode, but maybe that's kind of what I want the vibe for the series to be going forward, unless something really big happens that takes up a ton of time. I feel like in order to make the series move a little faster, I might do longer episodes like this. But yeah, looks like we're almost halfway through Age 11 already. So we'll finish up the year, or get a little farther in at least, next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.